Welcome back to Golden Sun. We are here in the Animos Sanctum, but I've done a couple of things since the last time we chatted. I have rearranged the Jin a little bit, so we have our probably final class allocations. We've changed Robin from a samurai back into the ninja class, and he is now a master rank. Mark is still a paladin. Salem is a warlock, which is the upgraded version of bard / ranger, and I don't know if that's what he was before, but it's certainly what he is now. Garth is still a paladin. Alice is now a fire monk, and that's made her a little bit more powerful. Marie is a pure mage, and I know she was at least a white mage before. That's the same class tree, so her synergy really hasn't changed all that much. Zelda has become a conjurer by adding this one Jupiter genie, and that has given her single target attack a big upgrade. It's gone from, I think, Astral Blast up to Thundermine or something like that, and it's just so much more powerful. And last but unfortunately least is Cyros, who got the short end of the stick, and due to this specific allocation of Jin, he is still just an ascetic, and that means he is currently I think it's technically just a 2-element class, despite the fact that we've got this Venus Jin, or Genie, on him, and it just doesn't add to the class synergy in any way that boosts the stats, and unfortunately we need a lot more Mars Jin in order to make him anything better than ascetic. So unfortunately he gets the short end of the stick. He's basically still the same, and that's reflected in the HP values as well. Yes, but more importantly, we are now 50 plus across the board, and that's going to make what we're about to do next, the Dullahan fight, just a little bit better. Now, from my point of view, Pokemon Legends ZA is still a few days away. It is this Thursday on the 16th. So I'm hoping to have this series done by then, but in the somewhat likely event I don't quite finish Mars Lighthouse tonight, then we are going to keep going the next couple of weeks, or probably just next week really, because at that point I'll mostly be focusing on Pokemon, and we should have this game done by next week. But for now, let's go ahead and we're going to do a summon rush. I've clearly already set down a save from the last time I was here. Yes, and just to detail what happened, I did a lot of farming over at the Islet Cave secret dungeon, and it turns out that the phoenixes there give like 8,000 experience, a little bit more if you use, I forget if it's a Mars or a Mercury genie to kill them, but the point is, so I got a lot of XP, well, I'm not going to say fast, it did take a couple of hours, but while we were doing that, I also got a whole bunch of really good items. So we got a couple of dark matters, which unfortunately RNG was not in our favor. I also tried wandering around here a little bit to try and get some Orichalcum, but all I got was this sad Golem core, and it's really not going to help us this late in the game. But you can see that we got 3 Tisiphone Edges, and this has a really cool unleash that we're going to show on camera. Alice also has this Berserker Band, which raises attack, and I was kind of hoping with the Dark Matter that we would have gotten the Dark Circlet, or whatever it's called, because that is actually supposed to be an optimal item for her when combined with the Tisiphone Edge. But I digress. This is our current layout, and, well, I guess here we go. I suppose that because this might take multiple attempts, I'm probably going to put down another save, just because I don't want to redo the whole Jin binding if we're trying to rush multiple times, but I want to put down a save there, and we're just going to cut to the attempt where I actually beat it. Okay, Karen, Catastrophe does have a Mars-related thing, so that's probably fine. Hold on, let me think this through a little bit more. So this has Earth power. I mean, we could do a couple of Daedalus That's one of the things that it says, but then I have to make sure to keep them alive through the second turn, and I can't guarantee that. So if I just go straight for one of the more powerful summons, that could be better. And then I think I want to summon Meteor with you, Catastrophe with you, because you're a Jupiter adept. And then Boreas with you. Just try to get our highest hitters off the first round, that kind of thing. Oh, it occurs to me that this time around I haven't actually shown Catastrophe on screen, so I'm gonna have to do that. We've already seen Karen. Yeah. Yes, break is perfectly fine because we haven't had any stat increases this round. Let me see how much HP this thing has, just so I can get an idea of how much damage we need to be dealing here. True Collide. Gross, that's probably Mark. Oh, no, never mind. Oh, okay, we are still somehow alive. No, give me how much damage it has, please. Okay, let's see. So we've got Ulysses, which is not really summonable by me. We've got Zagan, but the problem is, if we're doing Ulysses, we probably shouldn't do Ulysses, because then we lose out on a Boreas cast. Same with Moloch. So, I guess if we're doing anything, we could do a Zagan Megara combo. So, I mean, I guess we try that, then. And you... I guess you summon Venus just because you can summon Venus. Does anybody have a Mist Potion in this party? I don't think so. I think last time through I discovered it was the other party that had it. Yes, as long as I'm doing more than 200 damage, that's better than nothing. Cyros might actually survive this somehow. Which would be a bad thing, because we want to just swap everybody else in instantly. Never mind! Wow, thank you for doing exactly what I wanted? That's cursed? That's a little bit cursed. Unfortunately, that also means that we're screwed with Boreas here. So Alice is the faster of the two here. Yeah. So even though she doesn't have any, Mercury power in her whatsoever, I don't think, that's probably the better call than trying to get Mark to do it faster. Okay, but both outsped Dullahan anyway. Okay, good. Yes, this is actually going closer to the way I was hoping it would be, and I still haven't found how much HP this thing has. Okay, 16,000 HP. I actually don't really know where we're at. Okay, so this time I'm gonna let Catastrophe play out for realsies. So we're gonna do that like that. Why? Okay, the party's out of order. I kind of wanted Garth to be next to Robin, because that's how it normally starts off. But that's fine. So if you're Salem... Oh, Salem is also the fastest, though. So we kind of want Catastrophe right off the bat. Marie. Marie is actually also pretty fast. I think we want to summon Eclipse at this point in time. This would be better on Marie, just because, you know, she's the Mercury one, and that's all the power she has right now. Wait, hold on. Oh, we can also summon Meteors, so that's what we're going to do with him. And then we'll summon Eclipse with Marie. That will synergize just a little bit better elemental power. I skipped Catastrophe again. Well, that's okay. We still have the final boss in which I can show the cutscene, or the next time I do this fight. So let's see. I'm just trying to remember how many HP we've taken from him already. Ow! Ain't no way Garth went down fastest. Oh. I'm not going to lie, I was not expecting that to be our victory. Okay. This is incredibly silly now. Nobody has revive. That's bad. This is crazy, guys. This is crazy. Sheesh. Okay, so that's all fine. And then stats, we want to move. I kind of want to get back to what I had originally here, so we're going to put Alice over there. We're going to put Zelda next to her. We're going to put, I guess we'll put Salem over here, and then we'll put Marie here. Yeah, so then we'll just have these guys like this. And we'll just heal up afterwards. Second tries the charm. I just wish I'd remembered to do Catastrophe. Maybe we'll cut to that section of the footage from the original attempt while I go back to Mars Lighthouse and get healed up. Yes, so I'm going to put Catastrophe on screen right now, and then from your perspective, I'm going to cut straight to Mars after that. Yes. So, one thing that I also noticed, this is probably after I just showed Catastrophe being summoned for the first time. So, one thing that I noticed is that when you teleport anywhere, it will automatically bring the boat with you. So, just to demonstrate that, boat's way down here, we are going to teleport directly to Prox. You know, despite the fact that Zelda is clearly knocked out, it's like Fly in Pokemon, you can still use it anyway. But if we go to Prox, and I open my map again, it'll say it doesn't appear on the map, but my boat is like, I don't know, I think just below us somewhere? The point is, the boat is no longer down here at Ateka Inlet, where it had been before. So, if I were to go south from here, we'd totally see the boat. Okay, so we're at the diverging point in Mars Lighthouse. I don't think there's any particular order that we have to do this thing in, but we're just going to start with the top left and then work our way around, I guess, anti-clockwise? Despite being American, I flip-flop on which I use, counterclockwise, anti-clockwise. The point is, as long as I'm intelligible, that's all that really matters. Alright, I'm gonna do my usual thing just to gauge damage, and hopefully we'll see a Tisiphone Blade activation now that we're... Yep, there we go. So, that didn't do a whole lot of damage, but the thing about Tisiphone Blade is that when it activates, if all of the arrows hit, it does like somewhere around 600 to 800 damage. So for an activation, it's pretty dang good. Oh, that's another thing that I wanted to do. You see, Salem, like at some point we had enough Tisiphone edges that we displaced the Nebula wands off of everybody else. And so on like just purely raw attack wise, the Nebula wand looks better for Salem, but the thing is the Masamune blade is said to be one of the best weapons for him, just because it's got a high activation percentage and it also does the 2 attack thing. So I may potentially go fetch that if I'm having issues at endgame. Ah, okay. Alright, so we know what we need to do here. We need, I want to say Cyclone. I think Cyclone. And there's a non-zero chance that this is just a miniature version of what we had to do at Jupiter Lighthouse. And if that's the case, that's going to set our expectations for all the rest of the puzzles. Okay, we've got a reveal hexagram there. I don't know if that's what you'd call that. Hexagram, hexagon. Yeah, now compared to the stuff that I was farming, these enemies are weak sauce. I have the feeling... I mean, yes, obviously I've gone the wrong way, but I have the feeling that I'm going to need to remember that statue. push it in place so that that thing doesn't blow me off if I do a different path. Now, this is still easily part 1 of the session, and the thing is, I'm hoping to get this whole thing done before Pokemon comes out on Thursday. I think I've already mentioned that. Heck yes. Alright, found the correct route first. I don't know exactly what we're going to have to do there, but I get the feeling that there's going to be some reveal shenanigans. That's going to be important, is what I'm saying. But yes, I want to get this done, hopefully, before Pokemon on Thursday, because that's going to be the new series. I really just want to play it. Worst case, what might end up happening is that in the second part of the session, we're going to end right before the boss battles, and then I'll say something cheeky like, and today is the release of Pokemon ZA, so please come watch my video when that releases, either tomorrow or the day after. Something like that. And if my ambitions have also played out, there should be another video about Pokemon, like Wednesday, something like that, maybe even today when this releases. So, if you like Pokemon, check that out. Audience for this series has been kind of low, so I don't know if anybody's going to be watching it around when this is coming out. But if you do, that's why we needed it. Yes, to prevent being blown off immediately. Alright, that's going to be an interesting puzzle. We have to go down the ladder. There is no avoiding it. And this is where we need our reveal. Interesting. I want to see what happens. Oh, okay, so there's just nothing over there. That makes sense. From below, I was half expecting that this was going to be a pillar that we had to reveal, and, you know, we'd hop across it kind of deal. But this makes sense. Ooh. Oh, it goes up and then over, and then what we need to do is just really quickly get over there, and then leave. Do I want to get blown off? Let me just do a reveal real quick, because there might be a less... Okay, no, I have to get blown off here if I want to do it the fast way. And yes, as I said, between our better weapons and also class combination, we are just wrecking the things in here. Like we kind of were before, but still. Okay, so we need to really quickly hover. And then... Ah, okay, it really doesn't matter, we just need to get to here. Ah, yes, but like I was saying, lots of things going on. Oh! Aha! My instincts were correct! I'm gonna wait for this to fire off once more, and then we'll go off to the right, and then we'll go down. Oh, okay, there is nothing. So we're just gonna wait for this to fire off once more. And then go... oh! Whew, sheesh. Okay, that was fun. A little bit nerve-wracking. Daha! Okay. And then we need you to blaze, probably, right? Oh, that's cool! So we have to activate the sigils for each part of the lighthouse. I'm trying to decide if it would be faster for me to teleport back, or if there's going to be a shortcut. If there is a shortcut, no, yeah, there might be a shortcut. Okay, we'll check. Nope, I am not going past all that. Yep. Nope. So we want to teleport out. And theoretically, that is something that should be preserved by activation state, I think. I'm learning. I didn't fall for the obvious bait. That's going to be taken wildly out of context and potentially used as a meme if I ever get popular. I can see it now. It's going to be, like, it's going to cut to, like, a freeze frame after that video or whatever. It says, I am learning Agent Omega, 2025 or something like that. In script, like in cursive, that kind of deal. Now, I wasn't paying attention, so I have no idea which element this is going to be. But it will be readily apparent when we walk inside. Okay, so that's going to have to be ignited. And I have a feeling we're going to solve this ice puzzle first? Nice. So I guess this is probably the Mercury? Oh, I did see something up above, so I think the whole thing is I'm supposed to solve this before the dragon can activate and remove all of the spiky things. Oh, no, it's just not on fire yet. And it's not going to be because this isn't ignited? Okay, that does have me curious. That makes me think there's something that we have to do off to the left first. And I would be absolutely correct. Alright, there we go. Okay, so we need to do something with pushing these pipes into place. You definitely need to be frozen. And thank goodness for the Frost Jewel or Gem, because I don't think anybody natively has Frost at this point in the game. Okay, we're gonna have to go around the back here. And then I think we need to push... Oh, we need to do... Oh, we need to freeze this. And then we push both of the things into place. That's what's going to happen. How could I be so wrong and so foolish? Okay, I'm picking up what they're putting down. I'm going to reset this real quick. So what I need to do, I still need to, and you know what, at this point, we know we're primarily going to be using Frost here, so we'll rebind that to our main thingy thing. And the trick, again, is that we do, in fact, need to push this out of the way so that the fire stops melting the thing. Then we need to freeze it, then we need to push the top one down, and then the bottom one up, in that order. And in fact, I believe that might be the only way to prevent you from getting trapped on the wrong side of that. But there we go, that's fine. And now we know what we need to do. We need to go back up. We need to go back across. Now, there were a bunch of that type of enemy over in the Islet Cave as well. I mean, it was a different skin, obviously, but that was the kind of thing that was going on. And those are the things that could drop Orihhalcon. No, those are the things that dropped... Did they drop anything? Am I making stuff up? Oh, it was the Berserker Band, yes. Okay, now there's a reason... Oh, yeah, no, duh. The reason is now we should be able to go down and right and down and then left. Yeah, that's the ticket. Oh, and it's just brought us right here. I'm almost tempted to bind Blaze. Almost being the key word there. You know what? This one is going to be faster for us to just walk back, I think. Because, at the very least, we can just drop down here. Okay, never mind. Yep, there we go. And then we skip the obnoxious jumping puzzle to get back to the main room. Oh, but it's also occurred to me that we're gonna have to walk across that bridge again, and that's gonna be annoying. And I forgot about this tunnel, too. I can also tell that I'm super dehydrated today, too. I think I'm going to skip over the one to the bottom right. I think this is the Earth one. We're going to do it next, and we'll save Mars for last. Not because I think there's any specific order that you're going to go in, but just because I think if we come out of there, it is going to bring us closer to the whatever door, portal, lift that we're going to end up unlocking by doing all 4 of these. This is very familiar. Oh. This is basically just the Soul Sanctum. At least I think that's what they're trying to get at. Yeah, this might just be the Soul Sanctum. Of course I'm gonna go into the optional area. What do you mean? Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I know what we need to do with these. We need to use Carry to bring them up there. So we need to bind that. Who has Carry? You have Carry. But if we just put these there, then we can get the other block across in order to get to that flaming thing there and block it up. Now, I'm a little worried that I've accidentally chosen the correct path, so we are going to check out those other statues, assuming that I have gotten it right here. Oh, unless they really thought you were just going to voluntarily walk in front of the flame. Oh, no. Okay. That's the real trick. So that was probably intended as a way back up kind of type dealio. You know, like catch you if you did fall into the pit sort of thing. Now what's up with this? I don't understand. Oh, is that a sand? That might be a sand. Please let me be right about this. Hell yeah. Well, this is going to be just a little bit scarier because we've got so much less leeway. But I think if I go now, yeah, I'm fine. Nice. Alright, you love to see it. Got that right the first time around. And I guess, like I said, because that's not what I wanted. Left thumb. Not doing what I intend. It should be okay. or this should be relatively fast to get back through, though, because we can just jump down that slide, and then it's a straight shot to get back, I think. Oh, and you know what? This will even confirm my theory, because if we go here, this should be the other door that we didn't take. I am absolutely correct. Let's just check all these other statues. It's probably just going to shoot me with fire a few different times. Okay, and they've made the statues in such a way that they don't even load in the sprite until after you've started moving it. So, I mean, that was worth a check just to see how things worked. Even if I got smacked a little bit, that barely did any damage to me. And lastly, the Mars section of the lighthouse. Okay, we're gonna need Blast here. Or Burst, whatever. I think I'm gonna burst both sides just in case. It looks like one of those things where there's a diverging path. But it could also just be a, this is the way you come back. So we're just gonna try them both. Okay, interesting. We're gonna have to ignite the dragon, probably. There's no way to get there from here, so I'm starting to think that that left path might be the correct one, but... yeah, okay, we can't do anything from this side just yet. So, I've gotten it wrong this time around, but at least we have an idea of how the rest of this room is going to play out. Which is to say, I'm going to ignite something on the track over here. Please don't use your resurrect. Oh, you're just gonna flee. That's the problem with trying to XP farm those birds. You know, at least in Islet Cave, is that even if you do get 2, you have to get lucky. Oh, no. I think I'm gonna have to run for it? Hold on, let me just check real quick. Nope, not that way. I mean, maybe this is fine. Maybe I can take all the time I want. But there's going to be a reason that we need to go down that middle path very soon. Okay, and I think the trick is I just need to not be standing here when that thing comes back, or else it'll damage me. Yep. I almost kind of want to try hitting it again to see if it'll break the wall for me, but we have burst already. It doesn't really matter. So we go this way, we burst the middle wall, and then we come up the middle. And we should be able to pop up next to the dragon, near the dragon, on the other side. I'm not sure. This is a fairly intuitive room, though. I quite like that. Yep, and then we come up through here. Ah, more fire pipe puzzles. We're gonna have to shove that there. This is very similar to the Mercury Lighthouse. Except now we also have that flame thing there. And I'm gonna have to move that from the other side, which I'm gonna have to go here, maybe? Yes. And that will allow us to walk around that thing, and then we're going to have to move that pipe back out of the way to stop the dragon from blowing, which will allow us to access probably the door in the top middle of this room. At least I'm assuming. Nope, not that way. We've been that way. But yeah, we need to go this way, and then around, and then we need to go this way. Oh, and it will allow us to go to a path to the south, perhaps? I'm also going to check around here, just because I think this technically might loop back in on itself. I just want to confirm that. Yeah, no, it definitely does, because this is how we walked in order to get here in the first place. So we just need to get back to that dragon, which is not this way. But I think this way? No. Yep, just being silly, and then we come up this way, and then under here, and now we have access to the bottom of the room. That's the ticket. Nice! Okay, this is going a lot faster than I expected, which either means that there's more in store for me in the main bit of the lighthouse, or we're genuinely just right around the corner from the bosses. In which case, I'm probably going to have to take a break before doing that, but then that would be the end of part 1. And really, you know what? I think it's going to be faster for me to leave the dungeon and come back in. And then depending upon what cutscene happens when we get to the dragon, that's going to determine if this is like the end of session, or this is the end of the first part, or if there's still more in it. Aha! I was right! Oh, so it's just a teleport straight to the top, huh? Alrighty, so I'm gonna take care of some stuff IRL before we go fight the bosses. Take it away with the outro, future self. This has been Session 39. Part 1 of Omega Plays Golden Sun. Part 2 should release on Thursday, October 16th. If you're new to the channel, please consider liking, subscribing, and clicking that bell to be notified. As always, I'm looking forward to your feedback in the comments below. And with that, I will catch you on the flip side. Thanks for watching, everybody. In the upper left is the next episode, or a video you might like. In the lower left is the series playlist, and on the right is my icon, by which you can subscribe. Thanks again for watching!